Hello and welcome into the Bookies desk for this week. The preview of the Breeders' Stakes from Taroughbred 1600 metre race for fillies and mares, and as always it's attracted a capacity field and a very talented field indeed. Only 4 horses in single figures this year for the Breeders' Stakes, and the favourite is Fleur de Lune. Gee, she's a bulletproof mare and she draws perfectly in 3. She dismissed Run Like Hell at Te Rapa last start over 1400. She placed in the race last year as a 3-year-old, and yeah, she's a horse that is always going to give you a good run for your money because she is a tough horse and she races right on the speed and will put herself right in the finish, I would suggest. So she's a $6 favourite to take out the race this year. Second favourite is a 3-year-old filly called Xanadu for Ken Kelso. Gee, she looks a real talent, and she donkey licked her rivals last time at Tauranga on an unsuitable track. Heavy, it was a pretty slow to heavy that day, expecting probably around the dead range for this year's race, and Xanadu looks a real filly on the rise. She's a $7 second favourite and has taken a lot of early interest in the betting. Joint third favourites in the race, Say No More, the Thorndon Mile winner. Had a couple of months off after her Thorndon Mile win and resumed with a very eye-catching run over 1200 metres 2 weeks ago at Tauranga. Gee, she's talented, and when she's on the job, the money certainly flows, and we are seeing good early support for Say No More as well. The step up to the mile certainly suits this mare and for Paul Duncan, and we're going to expect to see her right in the fight as well. She's $7.50, and the other mare with her on the same line is Lady Kipling. Lady Kipling been running around in all the very best weight for age races this time. She was 6th in the Zabeel Classic at her last start over 2,000 metres. She drops back to 1,600, which we think, or I think, will suit her even more. So I think 1,600 is her pet distance. She's such a tough mare, you can never rule her out of any race, and she's really stepped up this year to race against our very best. So Lady Kipling wouldn't be a bad bet in the race. The big shortener early on is Vilify. Probably treated this mare a little bit lightly in this race after a good win there at Tauranga last start in the Japan Trophy. Really tough effort holding out Postman's Daughter in the finish. She was $12 on opening up. She's already into 10. Good support for Graham Richardson's mare, and when the Graham Richardson team put the money on, it pays to sit up and take notice. It's a very even lineup this year's race, and you wouldn't be surprised if, to be honest, any one of these mares took it out. I haven't mentioned the likes of Postman's Daughter, Fazzle, Dating, Floria, who was the last start winner at Trentham. So while I had mentioned the horses in single figures to take out this year's Breeders' Stakes, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an upset in the race. We've got Fleur de Lune as a $6 favourite, early money for Xanadu and Vilify. Good luck with your investments next Saturday, the Easter Handicap from Ellerslie.